Just go, Liz.
Welcome back to I Hate That Shit, a podcast about hating shit and loving life. We're back with the giggly.
That's your fault. I'm giggling.
As no, that's self-inflicted
No,
giggles
well,
right there,
yeah.
buddy. I had nothing to do with that.
Hi guys, this is Bonnie. I hope this finds you well. Hope everyone's doing good out there. It's been a while since we've come on and had something to say, and today we got something to say.
Yeah.
So, how are you, Liz?
I'm fantastic. And of course, we got our other co-host, Cynthia. How are you been?
I have been well.
Yeah.
Happy to be here.
All right. And then guest. Full-blown newbie guest.
Newbie. Yes.
Kendall.
Yes.
New beginnings over here.
Yeah.
All
Yes.
kinds of new beginnings.
Glad to
over
be here as well. Happy to be here.
Yes.
I got the invite and I was like, you want me to be on the book?
Yeah, of course. Anybody's welcome. We like them all. We'll talk about anything, huh?
Yeah.
You know?
But to make it feel exclusive,
Yeah.
you were handpicked.
I was.
Oh, does Jalen know that?
Oh God. You can rub it in his face if you want to.
Oh,
Handpicked. Take that, Jalen.
oh yeah, that's for sure.
No,
Thing.
I love Jalen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Too bad. Just kidding,
Why are you
Jalen.
trying to start fights with Jalen?
Yeah.
You wait till he leaves the country to try to start shit with him?
I know.
That's the
I
best
know.
time to start shit.
He's always out of the country. I mean, that's nothing new, right?
What isn't that kid doing?
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
He's always. But you know what? At that age, you might as well be.
If you can,
Go for it,
do
baby.
You know.
Go for it. Yeah.
I mean, I did that too. It's because then you're satisfied.
Yeah.
Then you're okay. You're like, okay, I did that,
Yeah.
and if I want to go, I can go. But
Yeah.
it's not like you're sitting there thinking it's a goal now.
And
Yeah.
you're great and happy when you become a parent.
Exactly.
Which is what we're talking about today.
Oh yes, we are.
We're talking about, so Kendall is about to be first-time mom.
Yay.
8 months pregnant officially.
Cynthia
Ooh.
Yeah.
is a mother to two
Yep. Yep.
young
Boy and a
young
girl.
kids.
Yeah.
They've been on
Bonnie
the
has
podcast.
two grown
Yeah.
older kids
Yeah.
with two
Yeah,
two grandbabies.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have nothing.
Yeah.
So we have the whole gambit.
Not even
Yeah.
a cat or a dog or nothing.
She, no.
At the moment, I have nothing.
Yeah, she's too busy working. Too busy
One day
working.
I'll have a pet.
She's got a
One
car.
day I'll have a dog.
Yeah, she does have a car, so that's good.
Let's say you
And
got
she has an
nothing.
e-bike too.
Fine.
And she has me as a friend. See why you
got a
starting? See what she's starting? Fine then. Go ahead, be that way. Anyway, so Kendall, tell us what's pissing you off.
What's pissing me off? Well, I was, she asked me to be on the podcast last week, and I was like, I gotta think of something, and it just came to me literally in the restaurant. I was, I listened to podcasts myself, and I have a podcast I was listening to, and the lady is pregnant on it, and she was talking about people unsolicited, like they're just going, they touch your belly, like just random people, and not
Yeah.
people that you know,
Right.
not people that you know their first name or you work with or that you're friends with,
Right.
but just random strangers. And so this happened to me when I was in the restaurant last week. I was just dropping off an appetizer to a table. I was like, here you go, guys, here's your appetizer. And
Right.
this lady just both hands fully on my belly and
I
was just
can't
like
even.
rubbing it.
Are you
like,
serious?
oh yeah, just fully.
Okay, wait. What generation was she?
What?
It's really hard for me to say how old people
Was
are
she
because my
old,
parents
though?
look really good, just like Bonnie does at her
Right.
age, So I would say probably in
At
her
least like middle age.
late 50s, maybe early 60s,
Okay. Right,
So
right.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
Gen
Gen X.
yeah,
into
Yeah.
possible
Right.
boomers. I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
So, okay, because I feel like I could be wrong, but I would never do that to
No,
Ever.
just
Not
like
without
if-
asking.
Like, and there's girls that I work with that are like, oh, like you're pregnant. And I'm like, you can feel my belly. Like, go.
can
Yeah,
I?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I can see that they're getting ready to go for it. But like I put this lady's appetizer down and she just full on just went in and she was like rubbing it. Like I said, that's when it got weird. And she was like, what are you having? And I was like, a girl. And I started to kind of like step slowly away. And then she said, well, how much longer do you have? And I said, well, I'm due on July 27th. She goes, "Oh wow, you still have that much longer to go. You look like you're ready to like have this baby right now." And I was like, "Oh, now I'm gonna go." I was like, "Thanks. You guys need
Thanks for
napkins.
that.
I'll
Yeah.
see you later."
That is so funny because I'm reading through inappropriate questions, and they just like belly touching is something that seems reserved only for pregnant women. So are the questions that would ordinarily be deemed completely inappropriate. It is not a good idea to ask a pregnant woman how much weight she's put on.
No,
Why would you do that?
no.
I feel like that's what
crazy.
you talk about when you're being chatty and you're both pregnant, or like with a friend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's it.
yeah.
If you're not friends with that person, you can't ask.
Like you look
I get
so
like
big.
the friends, but even like comparing,
Yeah.
you're like, why are we comparing pregnancy?
It's
That's
so weird.
Yeah.
again amongst friends,
Well-
or if it's like a group, or it's like
Or that's what you're
Right.
talking
where
about,
you're
is what
set
happened to your
up
body.
to like,
Right.
Yeah. Well, when you're already telling your friends about what's coming out of your body anyway, they
Right.
a
know.
little bit of waiting.
Yeah, but why would a complete stranger, just because you're pregnant, feel like they can go up to you and do that to you?
Yeah, she
It's
started asking me what the
stupid.
gender was and how like much longer I had, and just the touching was just too much for me. I feel
That's-
like, you know.
The questions are one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or maybe if it was just like a one touch and like a little pat or something like that, but she just
Right.
like
She was all into
groping
it.
me, man. She was full on groping me.
I couldn't
That's
imagine.
terrible.
I just feel like
Just
no matter
touching
what,
anyone.
Yeah.
you should
Or
at
anything.
least
Ask.
ask.
Like, do you want to touch my
I
ass
agree.
too?
And
Like, how about my
least-
boobs? Does
Yeah.
that feel
Yeah,
like?
my boobs
You have
have
to.
big
Yeah,
boobs.
they're also
Like, you wanna-
big. Do you want to like up for grabs over here?
See all
Like,
the
yeah,
milk's
no, it's,
coming in. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's
you
terrible.
gotta look up comebacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the other questions is, was it planned?
well, for me,
It's like that's none of your fucking business.
yeah. I mean, for me, I'm definitely an open book. I feel like everyone knows that, especially the people that I work with and the people that come into the restaurant and stuff like that. But me and my husband, we did IVF, so this was extremely planned. You know, so
Right.
some people will be like making jokes about like, oh, like, you know, you guys gonna turn and burn, like, you know, like gonna happen, like, you know, like, so, you know,
Right.
you better keep Pat off you. And I'm like, well, it's never
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
So like, you have to go to the doctor to get pregnant.
Yeah.
So you know, it is what
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, and
Exactly.
the plan thing is kind of weird. If you don't already know the person and what they're going through,
Right.
you know, like
why
that's.
would you ask?
Do you want to
that?
know like what our sex life is like? Is that what
Yeah.
you're asking right now?
Basically.
Yeah. You want to know what happens in between the sheets?
It's like, do you know who the
I
baby
do
daddy
like
is?
being in
What's
between the
going
sheets,
on?
though.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah,
yeah, don't we all? Yeah.
You know, or is it a boy or a girl?
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay with that. I have a friend right now that's pregnant, and she was at my baby shower, and I knew that she was pregnant, and she announced her pregnant like probably like 2 weeks before my baby shower. So I texted her and I was like, hey, you know, congratulations. Like, are you guys finding out what the gender is? And she responded with yes. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to like pry any more than that.
Right.
Like, if that's what you guys found out and that's what you guys want to keep like to
Right.
yourself, that's fine.
Right.
So then at the baby shower, I was like, oh, you guys said that you guys are finding out. And she's like, yeah, but like, I don't want to tell anyone. And I was
Right.
like, okay. And then we ended up like hanging out at my house later, just like her husband and my husband, just the four of us. And I was like, so, you know, and she was telling me why she didn't want to tell anyone. So she had found out, and before like she could even like tell people what she found, like what the baby was, that people were prying and asking her.
Oh,
and
God.
she was like, well, you know, like, I don't know if I want to tell people or not. And then her friends started like giving her shit and saying like, well, that's selfish of you to like not want to tell
No,
people. And her
what?
family started giving her shit too. Her family started saying, well, like, oh, well, that's like, you know, not cool. Like, we deserve to know, like, da 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 da.
No, you don't.
And I was like, you know what, man? I was like, whatever you want to do, like, it's everyone's pregnancy is their own journey.
Exactly.
You know, like if you want to do this, if you want to do that, like, it is what it is. You
Exactly.
know, it's no one right way to be pregnant. You know, it's
Yeah.
just kind of, you can listen to the doctors and you can kind of feel how it goes and just, you know, do
Yeah.
what your body tells you. You
Exactly.
know, and if you don't feel like you want to do that, then don't do that. And she's like, well, we'll probably tell people at the baby shower. And I was like,
Well,
then
then
that'll be great, you know, so everyone
exactly.
can find out at the baby shower.
I
Like,
feel
that's
like
great.
At that point, you just tell people, I don't want to know.
Right.
I
That way
didn't
they
know.
just leave-
I didn't
didn't
know.
know either.
I didn't know with
I
either
mean,
one
the
of
fact
mine.
that is it a boy or a girl, or like what gender is it? It's
It's like I don't know.
that's the fact that that's probably the least offensive thing people
Well, I feel
would
like
probably
people
ask.
just
True.
don't
And
know
it's still like
Bad.
that's not your business.
It's none of your
unless
business.
I decide to
It's
tell
not,
you.
yeah.
It's
None.
just one of those like you blurt it out because
Yeah.
that's how I feel like there's a mindless question.
I agree
Yeah.
with
Like,
that.
you don't really care that they're pregnant.
Right.
You're just
But
like,
you
oh,
right.
boy or
take-
girl.
Yeah.
Take,
Right.
I don't want to share it, or I don't want to tell, or we're keeping
Yeah.
it secret. And that's what a person with common
Since
sense would do, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would blatantly do it because I don't know what else to ask about pregnancies. And honestly, I'm just trying to be nice and make a conversation.
Exactly.
So I'm like, oh, do you know? Okay, cool. You can keep that to yourself.
I think
Great.
the best way is just to say I don't know. I mean, if someone
Yeah.
asks, I don't know.
Yeah.
I choose not to know, and then
we're not
that
finding
just-
out. Yeah, exactly.
That just it squashes the whole conversation when that happens.
Well, but then that might go into, oh, how could you not find out? How are you
Oh,
not
that's true
prepared?
too. Yeah.
I had a friend that just had her baby last month, and her husband did not find out. I mean, whether or not they found out and they didn't want to tell people.
Right.
But I mean, as far as we all knew, like they were like, it's going to be a surprise for us. Like, we don't want to know if we're having a boy or a girl. We're just going to wait. And my other best friend had her second child. That's what she did. She's like, we're not finding out if we're having a boy or a girl. So like, I mean, I think that's kind of fun. But like for me, I don't know. I'm just a little bit more like, I have to plan everything. Like I need to make sure, like, you know.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, why do you get so upset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do people like,
Yeah.
you didn't do what I'm doing?
Exactly.
No, exactly.
It's so true too.
So stupid.
And especially with strangers that give you that unsolicited advice.
Yes.
You know, here's one of the other questions: are you planning to give birth naturally or via C-section? Would
I
a
don't think that
stranger
you ever
really say
plan.
that?
I don't think that you can plan. Like you can opt to just say, "Hey, I want to have a C-section." Can you do that? Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
I don't know. Like, I thought that was just something that they were like, okay, like you need to have a C-section because of this reason.
no,
or whatever,
you
you know?
can have
you
that
can.
one if you want one.
You can choose one.
Yeah.
I have 2 friends that chose.
chose to have a C-section.
They love it. They're
Yeah.
like they're happy with their decision.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whereas
I would.
That would terrify me. Like that's major.
Major.
My mom
Yeah,
had to
it's a
have
lot.
it.
Yeah, it's a lot to deal with, and I feel like
Ooh.
I don't know from what I've heard from other people, like their spouses that their wives had a C-section. They're like, I saw like too much. Like
Right.
Oh, yeah,
their
like they took
whole
your organs
Yeah.
out of the way.
yes.
Oh.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine.
My vagina's
It
made to
sounds
have
like
babies.
so much more of a yeah. I think that sounds like so much more of a recovery than, and then also
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ooh.
It's
Sometimes not, though. So
I-
you have
fear-
C-section.
I know.
Well, I mean, there's fear of infection. either way, but
yeah.
Right.
if
Right.
you're- you
Yeah.
know, it's-
Cutting into look how far down they have to cut you to
Yeah.
oh,
to
all the way
get to
through.
get
All
the,
the
the
way.
baby
Yeah.
all the way.
all the tissue, all the muscle, all
Oh.
completely open the muscle.
I've seen like videos of like them like demonstrating it on like bodies or whatever
Seems
with
like
like
that would
Play-Doh or
hurt.
whatever, like fake bodies with Play-Doh, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that
Yeah.
looks. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
No.
That's why that's why the argument that some people have, not
Right.
people, if you have a C-section, like you didn't really give birth, like.
Bullshit.
Oh no, I don't think that
I'm
that's
pretty
true.
sure
No,
the
me
C-section
either.
Yeah.
is worse. Like,
Yeah.
calm down.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. for sure.
Exactly. Just because you didn't bump,
Yeah.
feel like you had to take
Oh.
a shit.
Yeah.
So they cut you all the way open.
Yeah.
There's no debate.
Yeah.
I
mean-
don't understand that, how they compare mothers. Like, you have like if you give a C-section, you're not,
Right.
you didn't really give birth. Or
Because
like
that's just-
if you adopt a baby,
Right, you're
not
less-
a
you're
real
less
mother.
than.
Yeah.
It's always less than.
If you
It's
didn't-
always
if you-
less
Mom
than.
shaming starts from the beginning.
It
It
does.
honestly
Yeah.
does.
If you took an epidural, you're
Yeah.
a
Right.
shitty
Yeah.
Yeah,
parent.
and I give it
You're
naturally.
not strong
Exactly.
enough.
Yeah.
Did it in a pool versus in a bed.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
It never.
whatever.
Yeah.
it's
always
every-
something.
No matter
Cycle.
what you do,
It's so-
somebody's gonna tell
Yup.
you you're wrong and you're less than.
It's true.
But yet you have to bow down to them because they're a mom.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, so why, if being a mom makes you so, and I'm not trying to knock moms.
No,
None
I'm
of you
No.
sure
please
I
No,
agree
yeah.
with
shit
you
out. Don't
too.
beat the shit out of me of this.
Oh no,
But it's
just-
like, if you're supposed to bow down because being a mom's the best and best and best,
Right.
then
Not all-
why are you
not all women
shitting
should
on
be
the
mothers,
other-
though.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not talking about that.
I'm
but
saying
I mean,
that.
like the
Right.
And I agree,
Right.
But with like the birthing comparisons
Yes.
or how you raise your kid
Right.
comparisons, like why are you better?
Right.
Why should
Because
I
of the way
worship you
did it.
simply because you have a kid?
Right.
But I can't give praise to this woman.
Right.
Because she has a kid.
Right.
She just did it different.
It's stupid.
Like it's
All
the
dads
same
gotta do
thing.
is all dads have to do is just show up, and
Yeah.
then they don't get shamed for anything, you know.
They
Yeah.
don't even have to show
They don't
up.
even have
half
to
the
show
time.
up.
Yeah, most of the time. All
They
right.
just need to be sent the video.
Another reason why dads get the easy end of the fucking bargain.
In everything.
Yes.
In everything.
And we're not talking about the dads that don't.
Yeah, don't
We're
cry.
Like,
not
don't
all.
cry. If it doesn't apply to you,
Don't-
we're not talking about
Don't
it.
be
Yeah,
a ball
no,
sack.
no.
I think that's the first time I've used ball sack on the podcast. All right. We'll tell you the reason why I say ball sack instead of pussy for another time.
Actually, I think it would go great with this.
All right. Well, you go ahead.
Vaginas are so amazing.
Yes.
You push
They're way better.
A
So why say
human
pussy?
Out of it.
Yeah.
Pussy ain't weak.
Yeah, pussy. So when
No.
when someone's being weak, they're not being a pussy.
They're being a
They are
ball sack.
sacks. You barely
Because
tap
you
'em
bet.
and
Yes.
You're on the floor crying. That's
Yeah.
weak.
Yeah.
Yes. So
You
that's
can't
why
do
we're
shit with those things.
we're changing that to say don't be a pussy to don't be a ball sack.
I love that.
Yeah.
We've
That's
been
amazing.
saying it for a while.
Yes.
That's at
Don't be a fucking nutsack, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Right?
hate that shit official on Instagram.
Yes.
Whether you agree
trademark
or
this?
disagree,
Just kidding. I think I got it
Please.
from. I heard it from somebody else.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's
Please
still
comment.
us though, for sure. All right, now here is some good questions asked, which are appropriate questions. Okay, have you gotten this throughout your day? How are you feeling?
Yeah.
Every damn day.
That's good.
Which is fine. I love
Right.
it. But sometimes I'm just like, yeah, you know.
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
I'm not on the
But
floor.
no, it's every day. It's every day.
It's if you hear anything every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you heard this one? Have you set up the baby's room?
I got that like right after the baby shower.
Right.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful baby shower. I had so much fun.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was
Yeah,
a
it
good
was a lot of
time.
fun,
It was
yeah.
fun. Where were you?
I was there.
She showed up later.
Whatever.
I was at work,
You already know how I am.
and I left.
She did. She
I
showed up in her
gave
work shirt,
up
dude. So
my
she
second
came
shift.
from. Yeah.
I took off my second shift and went straight there. I texted
Why
her,
didn't you
still there?
tell me?
She didn't.
Because it's
wanna
not
run
your
into
baby
you.
shower.
Well, I would have liked to have seen you.
You probably would have done to me what you did to Austin.
What was what?
Smack the shit out of him.
Yeah, you're right. He deserved
She
it.
said he
needed
was.
it.
He was like, I was just
Like,
sitting
she gave
there
me a
and
little
suddenly
sack,
somebody
slapped
smacked
me
me
on
and
my
I was about to
face,
turn
yeah.
around and start fighting him, but it was Bonnie.
Right, came
Did you
right
see
behind
Bonnie?
him.
Bonnie smacked me on the face.
Well, you know, someone has to keep that boy in line.
I'm sure it was not hard at all.
No, it wasn't. It
He was
was
probably
a
being a
love
little ball
tap.
sack about it.
You know how I
Hey.
Yeah, see? You know how I give
Just
my
kidding,
love
Austin. If you're
tap.
listening, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, she's not.
No,
No,
she's not.
I'm- no.
How about this one? What hospital have you chosen?
Yeah, I get
Is
that a
that
lot
is
too.
that a good one?
I don't think that I get that a lot. I get that mostly just from like my best friend that keeps on asking me over and over and over again because she keeps on forgetting where I'm giving birth. But yeah, my parents have asked me, but not a lot of people ask me
I
that.
don't think I've ever
Can you
asked that
really
one.
choose a hospital? Don't
Well-
you have to go?
Where your primary
where
is?
your
Doctor.
OBGYN, you go where your OBGYN is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, I mean,
But I guess if they're at more than one hospital.
yeah, and I guess you can choose,
Okay.
But I feel like that's also one that you should ask if you know the person.
Yeah.
I know. I think
Because
that one's
that
kind
kind
of
of
weird.
goes
Weird.
along
Like, coming?
with like,
It's
so
weird.
what's your
I've never
birthing
asked
plan?
that.
It's
Well,
like,
Yeah.
I feel like
ask
that would
somebody
come from
random
maybe somebody
that.
who works in the medical field.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
That is
They-
very
That's
true.
true. I have
Genuinely
gotten
wanna
that
know.
actually. Now
That
that you
is
say that,
true.
I have
Yeah.
gotten that from a nurse or two
I
that's
agree
saying
with
like,
that.
"Oh, do you know which hospital you're? Because I'm gonna like work at that one or I work at this one or whatever."
Right.
Yeah.
That is true.
In that case, yes. But
Yeah.
like, if you walk up, say, to a table.
Yeah.
it on
I'm
your
surprised,
appetizer,
I'm
like,
surprised
so-
that lady didn't ask you all these
What
questions.
hospital are you
Hospital
going
are you giving birth
into?
at?
Who's your OB?
God. Yeah,
Wow.
seriously.
What time are you scheduled?
Well,
for?
that's one of the next question is, what is your due date?
I get that all the time.
I
too.
got that one all the time too.
Yeah.
That one, and I can honestly say Whitney was the only child that was born on her due date in
Oh,
my
really?
family. Yes.
On her due date?
On her due date. and
Wow, that
she's
doesn't
been-
happen often.
She's been late ever since. She is late to every motherfucking thing in the world. The world.
Well,
Yeah, but she was born on her due date.
came right on time then.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
No.
The more that I think about it too, I don't think I'll make it till my due date because I am an IVF pregnancy person. So I've read that typically like 35% of women that do IVF are at least like 2 to 3 weeks early. I don't know why that is. It's just a stat that's out there.
Right.
But I found out today that I unfortunately have gestational diabetes.
Oh.
I know. I had to go to the doctor's office. That's another shit that I fucking hate was that fucking 3-hour test I had to take. I failed the first one.
That's so gross.
I had to fast from 8 p.m. till the next day or whatever. Went to the doctor's office at 8 in the morning. Didn't have anything to eat.
It's so hungry,
Pregnant,
man.
hungry.
Yes.
Not a good combination.
No.
My husband was he said something to me. I was like, let's go. And he was like, what's the matter? And I was like, I'm fucking hungry, dude. I'm pregnant, okay? I haven't had an ice cream in 25 hours, God. So I had to sit there and I'd drink that nasty sugary drink.
That orange.
And sat there for 3 hours and
So
then
gross.
had to get my blood test once every third hour or whatever. And I got the test back today and it was like the third hour I tested okay, but the first 2 hours I didn't test okay.
Oh.
So basically, for people that don't know what that is that are listening, it's basically all of the sugar that you eat kind of goes to the baby.
Yeah.
And my baby, the last time I went for an
Be
ultrasound,
a big baby too.
she measured a pound over.
Yes.
So and I was a big baby. My mom probably had gestational diabetes when I was born because I was 12 pounds 8 ounces when I was born.
Damn.
Yeah, I was a big ass baby, and my husband was also a big ass baby too. He was
Oh lordy.
I know.
Damn.
I know. And so my husband was like a 10-pound baby when he was born. So I'm thinking that I'll probably either have to be induced if my baby gets too big because they won't let you.
Right.
If your baby, I think they're fully cooked at 36 weeks or something like that.
Yes.
That's when you're technically full term.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think I'll make it to my due date. Honestly, if
You don't
stay
want
at
him
this
to
rate.
grow him or her grow bigger.
No.
I mean,
I'm not having no 12-pound baby.
No, the biggest I heard mine was 8.6. My girlfriend was 10.6.
That's a healthy baby.
That's big, but 12.
That's a healthy.
What
Yeah,
is
You
the
were
biggest
12?
It's a
one?
damn bowling ball, bro.
You must. I want to see
I
some
was
baby
12
pictures.
pounds 8 ounces. That's almost 13 pounds.
I want to see
Isn't
a
the
picture. I bet you look
biggest,
like a
15
butterball
pounds?
turkey.
Yeah.
I think
Oh my gosh,
I think the biggest baby was almost 20.
Almost.
Yes.
Yeah, something like
Could
that.
you imagine?
No. No.
Could you imagine that?
And my mom, they didn't offer a C-section. She gave birth to me just regular old natural. Yeah.
12 pounds. Yeah, this is to your mom.
I know, honestly. Give it up for Suzanne.
Seriously.
For real, yeah.
That's crazy.
And my brother was I think he was just under 11, so.
That's incredible.
That is.
Yeah.
And then what happened? She just went back to normal because pussies are strong.
Yeah.
That's right.
Strong and amazing.
Just got an
It's
extra
so true.
stitch and you're good
Yeah.
to go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
God.
12?
Yeah.
Wait, hello.
I know. I'm sorry, Mom.
That's
I'm sorry.
incredible.
Damn. I bet you love her.
I do.
She obviously loves you a
You'd be
whole.
really
I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
like my mom too, and she's always like, "You're just like me, and I just love you so much." And I'm like, "Well, I ruined you, so."
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That is crazy. What does this make you want to have a baby?
No.
Why not?
Oh, it's beautiful,
Hell
Liz.
no.
You'll love it.
It is.
It is a beautiful thing. It is. It is.
That's
it
the
hurts.
funniest
it
thing in the
sucks,
world
but,
is watching people bitch about their kids,
Right.
and then you turn around and oh, but you're gonna love it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be amazing. You're like, "This works
That's
for a piece
just
of shit,
the way
man."
parents are.
But it's beautiful thing.
It is
and
beautiful.
And
thing.
so is pregnancy.
Like, no.
It's
Yes.
the same thing about pregnancy.
Yeah.
Never did.
But you want to keep. It's
Nope.
it's like this. We have relationships in our lives, right? So our children are one of them too. You're allowed to have discourse with your children,
Yeah.
and still love them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a healthy thing.
Yeah.
You can have discourse with your children and love them, and I'll get a puppy, and we'll have discourse.
You
And
sure
I'll still
will.
love it.
You sure will.
That's
you
why they
will,
make
too.
puppies and babies so cute because when they
I know.
Yeah. When they
shit all over the
It's,
place, you're like, it's okay.
oh,
Yeah.
we
it's all
still
right.
love you.
Yeah, exactly.
mad for just a second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so
Yeah.
cute. I'm so glad Kendall came on today.
Aw,
It's
thanks.
been nice, man.
yeah.
It's been a good time. Any last words? Got
Thanks
anything
for
to
having
say
me.
to those pregnant
Don't
people
touch
out
me
there?
if I don't know you, okay?
That's right.
So,
Yeah.
if I am friends with you, that's fine. I'm
At
okay.
least ask
And
for
I'm not
Ask
worried about
for
people touching my
permission.
belly. But yeah, just ask for
In
permission.
general.
Yeah.
And not just for me, for all the pregnant people.
Yeah.
For all the pregnant people out there. Just
Yeah.
ask them before you start just grabbing them because
Yeah.
you know they're still people.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
no
still their
means
body.
no.
Yeah, and
No,
no
that's
means
right.
no.
Let's
And
practice
just
restraint here.
Yeah, really. And it's not, it's not that hard to just, you see it and I'm like, can I
So if
touch your
somebody
belly?
touches your belly, can you just start patting them on the head or something?
Oh, that's a
I
good
don't know,
idea.
yeah.
Start rubbing their belly.
Yeah.
A good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just grab their face. Just hold
Yeah.
their face. Like,
Yeah.
When they're like, "This is creepy," but like, "This is how I felt." 2
yeah.
seconds
Just
ago."
respect everyone's personal space,
Yeah.
people. You know, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, I
Keep
didn't
your hands
have
to
too
yourself.
many people wanting to rub my belly. I mean, at the
Well,
time I
mean,
was
you
super
do
fit
exude
and
warmth.
yeah. And
That's what I
mean-
was saying. I was listening to that podcast, and this podcast, this person is pretty. She's like a social media person. She's kind of like famous, and I was like, wow, that would be like crazy to like be out in public and people just like
Yeah.
they know you already because they follow you or whatever, and
Right.
they just like feel like they like are your
Oh,
friends
yeah.
or whatever. I was like, that must be like intense, like to have someone like come up to you and just like put their hands on you, and then I was like, wow, okay,
No
that happened to
way.
me.
No way.
Whatever.
No way. I don't think I'm too intimidating. I don't think people would do that to me.
That lady's a nice.
Yeah.
I'm a nice person. That
Yeah.
lady's lucky. I'm a nice person. I'm just
Yeah.
like okay, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
I don't
Bonnie
know.
would have just cussed her out. In the
And I knew
middle
it
of
was
the
coming from a
restaurant.
good place. I'm sure she was
Well,
really.
It wouldn't have been the first time she did that to
forewarning you,
somebody.
the same people that go up to you and just touch your belly will go up to you and try and touch your
kids.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking about that the other day.
That is so true.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I'm going to bring her into old Chicago right before I go back. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
going to tell everyone and be like, hey, like, I'll let like one person like hold the baby,
Exactly.
but she's not going to be passed
Passed
around.
around.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
And no kissing on the face and stuff
Yeah,
like that. You know,
no.
just, you know.
Exactly.
Wear
She's,
gloves.
she's fine in her little, you know,
Her best
Put on an
friend.
apron.
yeah, she's fine.
Aw.
Yeah.
So cute, man. Mom Whitney was 5 days old and she was born on the December 13th. So, Christmas was right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
5 days old, I'm taking her into the mall. My mom's like, "Are you fucking crazy?"
I have friends that gave birth
I
to
was
their
all
baby.
like, "I gotta get Christmas shopping done."
Yeah, I have friends that gave birth to their baby. Like 2 days later, they took him to the coffee shop, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know about all that.
Yeah.
You don't got coffee at your house? Like, you can't Uber
Yeah.
eat some coffee? Like, you?
They want to show off the baby.
I guess so, but
That's
like,
what it is.
I don't know. I
Well,
would.
I guess
I
it just depends on how well you're recovering. too,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
guess.
after my first, I wasn't getting up.
I'm not going
But after my
nowhere.
second, I couldn't
Yeah.
wait to get out of the house. So,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm out.
yeah.
I'm going. It's Christmas.
I'll be giving birth right in the middle of July, so I'm not going fucking anywhere. You know what
No.
I'm saying? No, I'm not taking that
It's
kid
like, you
anywhere.
want to come see me? Come to
Yes.
the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really that simple,
Yes. Yes. I'm not even gonna go outside my backyard,
too.
man.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, Liz, what do you got to say? You got anything to say?
No.
Or are you going to do any
Just
of our...
normalize people saying they don't want babies.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Wait, do
fine.
what?
I said
That is-
normalize people saying they don't
Okay,
want the babies.
I feel like
know
that
this
is
is opposite.
Oh, I have sisters who don't have children.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
every time I say
I
it,
mean,
they're like,
It doesn't
no,
matter.
No, you're going to want them. You're going to want
No.
them. You're going to change your
No.
mind. And
I have
No.
two
Hold the
sisters
fucking
in their
mouth.
50s that never had children.
Well,
Yeah.
me about 50.
So-
they
I don't think
stop.
my brother will have children, honestly,
They
because
didn't want
I don't know.
any.
When you're still in your
That's
30s
fine.
or
Yeah.
younger, people are like, no, you're going to. And like, no, I'm not.
I didn't
When
think
you-
I'd wanted kids either. I really didn't. I mean, I said that all the way up until I had one.
Right?
Same.
So you were like on the
Same.
second one, then you're like, oh, I guess I'll have kids now.
What happened? It's funny, man. All right. Well, you
What
guys,
about
thank
you, Bonnie? What last
What?
words do you have?
I was getting ready to say
Or
them.
Cynthia.
Well, Cynthia, whatever. Yeah, well, Cynthia already said her ball sack shit. All right.
Balls.
Balls like shit.
Just
Okay.
kidding.
All right.
Well, they do swing right there, right?
I guess so. I mean,
Could
honestly.
you imagine? I would never want balls.
Ew. Sounds awful.
Yeah.
No, it's
That's
too
another
weird.
podcast.
All right, we could do
We'll
that.
save that.
We'll say
We'll
that
save
one.
that one for
Miserable.
later.
Ugh.
But no, I
We
don't.
need
I,
guy
too much
guests,
stuff.
though.
we need guy guests. Okay.
Yeah.
We could do
Yeah.
Rocco. Rocco would be so busy. We'd be defending
Hey, if
all
anybody
that
has a
shit.
good story about what they said to some lady or man, I
Right.
guess, trying to rub their bellies or telling them they're as big as a house or something, you should definitely share it with us.
Yeah, let us know.
I
I
would-
want to
yeah.
hear your
I want to hear them
story.
too. Yeah, why not? Right.
At I Hate That Shit Official.
Right.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all? That's
Yeah.
That's the only one you got?
Yeah.
Your only handle, you say? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? What about the YouTube?
Where
Do
you
we have that?
Got YouTube.
And what
I
about
got
our-
YouTube.
I hate that shit. I think is what it.
Don't listen to Bonnie.
Oh my god.
She needs a nap.
Why do you
Well,
not
if
need it
they're
now?
watching on YouTube, they already know where to comment at.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Comment. below
I'm
the
I'm
video.
just saying.
Download the video.
Like.
Click that, click that like button.
subscribe.
You know what?
Subscribe, bitch.
Shut up.
Hit
Maybe
the
I
bell
do
for
need
the
a nap.
notifications.
Maybe I do
It's
need
hot
a
out
nap.
there. If you're outside for a while, it takes it out of you.
That's what happens when Bonnie leaves her house for 2 seconds.
Hey, I was making some baller moves today, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. And on that note, don't let shit get you down. You're not alone. We're all in this shit together. Peace.